So this is the new trainer I got from a company called HP, Hewlett-Packard, which is, of course, the well-known computer brand. However, I think they're trying to branch out and make some new products in 2021. Anyway, right off the bat, you can tell this is a zero-drop running shoe, which means that different than a traditional running shoe, which you can see here, the heel is thicker than the forefoot. That's the heel-to-toe drop. That's what that means. This right here is a zero-drop running shoe, meaning the heel and the forefoot are just as thick, although both of them are quite thick and cushioned. So when I was first running this shoe, the first thing I noticed that felt different than a traditional running shoe is these air pockets really gave a lot of response. I felt like I didn't even need to use my calves, my large, sizable, muscular calves for running. It felt like if I ran enough in these, my calves would just atrophy, because this did all the work for me, which is a good thing. I'm going to cut to some videos so you can see just kind of the type of energy return you get from these shoes. Something that I think is a great feature of this shoe, something that Hewlett-Packard did perfectly, because you guys know I love a light shoe, is really stripping this to the bare bones design. So it's extremely light. If you see here, it comes in at a astonishingly light weight of 3.95 ounces. Which if you compare to a normal trainer like the Hokarahi here, that's 10.5 ounces, so it's going to have a much lighter foot feel compared to that. It actually is lighter than a pair of racing spikes. These Nike Mambas come in at 4.75 ounces, almost a whole ounce heavier. Now typically when I do a shoe review, I like to run at least 50 miles in the shoe I'm reviewing. Unfortunately that didn't happen in these, and that was because of one critical error. The soles of the shoes actually popped about 10 minutes into my first run into them. They felt great up until then, but I feel like I can give these a full review considering that they broke one run in. So I don't know what they're thinking just having straight balloons. It almost looks like packing material. And there's no tread. It's just blown up by some kind of plastic. I don't really know. Another small issue that I had with this shoe was that it twisted my foot into a really uncomfortable position. You know what my pal Jointy always says about uncomfortable running shoes. Bad. So for my overall ratings, I'm gonna have to give it a 2 for comfort, 0 for durability, 10 for style, and 10 for underfoot feel. Okay, so the second model of shoe they sent me, I believe, is some type of marathon racing shoe, because they're extremely light, even lighter than the other shoe. They come in at a 1.15 ounces, so the lightest shoe I've ever reviewed. They feel like nothing is on your feet. Although this is definitely a faster racing shoe, it has a very similar feel to the first one and is much more comfortable. I'll give it a 7 for comfort, a 0 for durability because they also popped, a 10 for style, and a 10 for underfoot feel. So I think they're kind of the same class, like category of shoes as the Next Percents or 4%, and I think it's HP's attempt to rival Nike in the marathon racing scene. I'm looking forward to seeing this brand more. However, it just this time did not work out for me because I could only run for a couple minutes in them before they both popped under my feet. They're just not durable enough. So before HP really wants to get serious in the running shoe market, they really need to work on the durability. I wouldn't want to sacrifice on the weight, but I think they maybe should add some treads on the bottom and refine their design here a little bit, because these did end up twisting my foot into a very painful and contorted shape when I was wearing them. They're just really not shaped like a foot, and they also rub and chafe on my ankles a bit. But besides that, I'm really looking forward to seeing HP on the running shoe market.
Although I wouldn't buy this brand yet for running, I do think they're a good option for relaxation and style.